plans to become a top games and app designer on the strength of creating an app, which I called Why Mummy Drinks 2 years ago. Taking the redundancy seemed like a brilliant opportunity to have a bit of a financial cushion until I came up with the latest hit game. When I quit the old job, I had a plethora of brilliant ideas that I was quite sure I only needed time to make into something splendidly lucrative. But when I actually try to translate them into a game or an app, they're just a bit, well, shit. Also, the fact that I am really, really rubbish at working from home and managing my time properly might have something to do with my lack of productivity. And after years of dreaming about escaping from the office, it's actually quite lonely working at home by yourself with no one to talk to. I even find myself missing Jean from shipping, who used to tell long and involved stories about the state of her gallbladder. Also, when you're at home all day by yourself, you eat a startling quantity of chocolate biscuits. So, not only am I failing to achieve great things and feeling lonely, I have gained a stone and am now alarmed by the size of my own arse every time I accidentally catch sight of it in a mirror. I feel like one of those cardboard children's books. That's not my arse. It's far too enormous. Anyway, with the summer looming, I have been booking sports camps and childminder slots and making complex childcare deals with friends so that we can all have some semblance of having our children looked after during the holidays and be able to try to get some work done without spending vast sums of money. Obviously, we will all end up spending vast sums of money anyway, as the children will require entertaining for the summer, as well as being fed at alarmingly close intervals, leaving me wondering how they cope when they're at school and can't constantly squawk for food, like starving baby starlings, beaks agape, begging for snacks. Friday the 22nd of July. And they are done for the summer. All week the children have come tottering out of school, buckling under piles of tattered exercise books and dog-eared artwork, all of which is liberally sprinkled with glitter, now gently dusted over my house, and all of which apparently must be kept for posterity, because according to Jane, when I'm a famous social media influencer, Mummy, this could all be worth a fortune. I am struggling to see how Jane's indifferent copy of Van Gogh's Sunflowers, which looks identical to every other child's in her class, is someday going to be of any value to anyone but me. But it seems that I will be trampling their dreams and casting their childhood aside if I bin any of it. Obviously, I am discreetly removing several pieces every night and chucking them in the outside bin, while lovingly claiming that everything is carefully stored in the attic. Peter has also brought home his holiday homework. A small plant that must be kept alive during the holidays and indeed nurtured over the coming year. Marvellous. I have a poor track record with plants. Even cacti shrivel and die at the touch of my black thumbs. I asked Peter if he knew what sort of plant it was so I could purchase an emergency replacement if need be. Peter helpfully replied, "A green plant, Mummy." I'm not sure how much help that will be as I scour the garden centres of the land with a desiccated twig for reference. Perhaps it's my comeuppance for letting the class hamster make a break for freedom when I was allowed it home for the weekend when I was 9, and forcing my mother to tour every pet shop in town until she found a suitable replacement, as Hannibal was never seen again. Mum swore she could hear him scampering around at night for years afterwards, but I think that was only to stop me crying after I discovered Alfonso, her vicious Siamese cat, licking what looked like hamster fur off his chops and looking more pleased with himself than ever. Monday, the 25th of July. The first day of the holidays. I suppose it could have been worse. I had a book called The First Day of the Holidays when I...